The events that inspired Hanukkah and its ongoing celebration over the centuries took place during a particularly turbulent phase of Jewish history. The very real threats that existed then still exist today. Throughout, the Jewish people have always kept the eternal flame alive, and along with it, the hope that the world will one day be at peace. But where did that hope originate? And how has it been preserved, and by whom? Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? Micah can.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. V'haaretz hayta tohu v'bohu. The earth was null and void, chaotic. V'choshech al pnei tekom. There was darkness on the face of the deep. V'ruach Elohim merachepet al pnei hamayim. The Spirit of God passed over the waters. Vayomer Elohim yehi or. And God said, let there be light. Vayahi or. And there was light. Vayar Elohim et haor ki tov. And God saw that the light was good. Bringing order to chaos and light to darkness, Judaism's eternal mission. It all began with a divine light, a flame that continues to burn here at Congregation Micah and in every home that lights the Hanukkah. Who here likes lighting the candles?
I do.
I like lighting candles because it gets so dark at this time of year.
I like getting presents.
Yes, it is the season of presents and lights, helping us get through these dark winter days. Our neighbors help us out. They light our streets with multicolored displays and illuminated reindeer-driven sleighs. We Jews are a little different. We light our houses from within. We're a people of candles. It's not even low-tech, it's no-tech.
Why do you like them, Rabbi?
We light candles on Hanukkah to commemorate the miracle of oil that lasted 8 days, a key event in the rededication of the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. And we marvel how each of us represents a link on the Sheshelet HaKabbalah, the chain of tradition, a literal torch passed from one generation to the next. Let's traverse this festival of lights to learn the history of how that divine light created on the first day was discovered, nourished, protected, passed on. For with it, we illuminate the first of the Hanukkah candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של חנוכה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Oh, fast.
fast.
Abe, honey, you've been looking at the celestial observations all day. We've got to stop. We've been staring all day. Look, our dinner is even going to get cold.
Oh, Sarai, my love, I can see the moon and the stars through this magical device. Something must have created heaven and earth and me and you. Maybe the stars are the moon's princess servants.
We have discussed this, sweetie, every night. Remember, the moon sinks in the west and the sun rises in the east.
Oh, right. There is no real might in either of these. Their brilliance surpasses what the eye would have you believe. That must be one higher power behind them. It is to this invisible deity that I shall pray.
My dearest, you are Abraham, destined to be the patriarch of a great nation, blessed with observations that penetrate far beyond the physical, a real revolutionary. For you, understanding the power of light.
God, you are Yotzer HaMe'orot, the creator of the great lights, ordering the stars in their heavenly constellations.
Beautiful.
Standing alone in the wilderness of their native land, Abe and Sarai perceive the world in a different way. That is the challenge for us as well. Harnessing the power of the divine light, bringing order to the chaotic world around us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של חנוכה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
Nadav, you are way overthinking this. Just read the instructions again.
It says that we should bring oil, the beaten olives for kindling the lamps.
Oil? Check.
Then it says that we, Aaron's sons, the Kohanim, the priests, are supposed to set them up in the sanctuary outside the ark before the Torah.
Check.
Here's the tricky part. It shall be incumbent upon the Israelites for all time, throughout the ages.
What does that mean?
Well, at the bottom, there's this note that says, the light upon the altar shall never go out, that we, the Kohanim, shall keep it burning, like, forever. I don't know.
Forever?
I'm just reading what it says here, Brother Abihu.
Well, do we get overtime pay?
I wonder if it's supposed to symbolize something like God's eternal presence in our community. At the very least, it gives honor to the divine presence that rests wherever Jews gather to pray and kindle the lights of Chanukah.
Preserving the light as a ner tamid, an eternal flame, Aaron and the priests harnessed the power of the divine light in their day, keeping alive the hope of their ancestors, of bringing more light to darkness and more order to the chaotic world that surrounds us all.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של חנוכה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. A lamp that kept on burning, a miracle they say, but the world has kept on turning. Are there miracles today? Everyone who lights the candles has a bit.
With what shall I approach God? How can I do homage to the Holy One on high? Shall I bring sacrificial offerings? Would God be pleased with thousands of rams? You have been told, O mortal, what is good and what God requires of you, only to do justice, love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. That's low-key what people want to hear. I'm deaf posting that. Woe is me! My last post got 37 likes. How did all the Israelite prophets get more followers? I really thought I'd be an influencer by now. My message is so important. Why does the word of the Lord not hold more sway? I try to be so authentic, innovative in my approach in bringing my prophetic content to people but my target audience, the Jewish people, don't even seem to know that I am on social media. At Micah Nashville is the handle on Instagram. Not kidding. Maybe I should just be on TikTok. I hear Jew Talk's pretty popular, but it's all so much. Besides, who wants to hear that all the pious have vanished from the land? That no one righteous is left among us, that all people lie in wait to commit crimes, eager to do evil. What does God expect people to do with all that? And then, just last night, God tells me that my enemies will not rejoice over me, that though I currently feel low, I shall rise again, that even though I will at times sit in darkness, God is my light.
Standing alone in the Judean hills of Jerusalem, the prophet Micah perceived the world in a different way. The prophetic call challenged the people to rekindle the power of the divine light by bringing more order to the chaotic world in which they lived.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim laavoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh.
Read the edict. In the name of Antiochus IV, the Seleucid king of Syria, we hold that from heretofore all Jews must worship Greek gods. Yes, I just saw on my my X feed, that our soldiers took Jerusalem and killed thousands of people. As we speak, an altar to Zeus is being erected in the city's temple. Tonight, we feast on pancetta.
It's time I take this helm.
I must drive the Syrians out of Jerusalem, after which we'll cleanse the temple, rebuild its altar, and light the menorah.
Fighting for religious freedom, the Maccabees used their power to rekindle the divine light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של חנוכה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
Did you hear? Did you hear? It's Katerina, our neighbor. Katerina Taranji. Somebody witnessed her lighting candles last night. They've accused her of being a Jew. They're sending her to Inquisition prison.
Calm down and lower your voice. Children are home playing dreidel. Almost time for us to light the Hanukkah. Don't scare them.
They should be scared. We all should be. And of course they play dreidel. It's a cover game. It's the way they hid the study of Torah when it was forbidden under Greek rule. When they were actually engaged in learning. Lighting candles is the most dangerously visible act we performed.
Lighting candles mystically transforms our home into a place of holiness, transcending time and uniting Jews in every generation with those who've come before and those yet to come. Who are we not to light them tonight?
Who are we? People who value life. I hate that we must light them in secret.
These are tough times to be Jewish, so what's new?
Crypto-Jews practice Judaism in secret while publicly claiming to hold a different religion. It is a phenomenon that increases wherever persecution against the Jewish faith is strong, except in places like Israel. Also called conversos or Marranos, Sephardic Jews from Catholic Spain and Portugal kept the divine light alive until it could shine forth once again in public.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של חנוכה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
This is Frances Cutler Hahn. Her childhood was chaotic. Her parents immigrated to France from Poland in 1936. She was born in Paris amidst the turmoil of the German invasion 2 years later, and as the climate grew worse, her mother worried she would not be able to protect her daughter, and so she took the light of her life, 3-year-old Fanny, to a Catholic children's home before being deported to Auschwitz.
Nothing made sense. No one took the time to explain what was going on and what was to happen. I was fearful and confused.
Young Frances was taken to a Catholic farm for protection from German and French police who were searching for Jewish refugees. And Frances grew up in foster homes, often seated at a separate table from the host family and their birth children. She never shared in the joys of dinner table laughter, toys, or treats. She longed for roots, familiarity, and security, and mostly for the mother that she barely remembered.
I remember being jealous and resentful that I was not part of her family.
Frances was sent to live with her aunt and uncle in America in 1948, and over the years, her light was kindled again. She found healing through marriage and motherhood and the family that she created as an adult. Her husband of 32 years, Kenneth, passed away in 2001, but she was lucky to find love again, marrying survivor George Hahn, and together they created the statue that sits out front, entitled The Children of the Shoah.
I am very concerned about the increased anti-Semitism in our country and in the world. I hope our democratic system will protect us and all minorities. I'm very encouraged by Nashville's response to the Nazis marching in our city.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem b'zman hazeh. Light one candle.
With its messages of freedom and liberty, the holiday of Hanukkah reminds us that the struggle to push back the darkness continues today.
Rabbi, where does it continue?
In lots of places. Fighting to defend against attacks in Israel, current Israeli soldiers resemble the ancient Jewish fighters who stood their ground in the very same place.
And tonight, Jews will circle the world with light. The small flames of their Hanukkah candles will shine in homes and hearts from Texas to Tel Aviv, from South Africa to the South Bronx, from Memphis to Mozambique, from Nashville to New Zealand. Over the past millennia, our little lights have been lit in almost every corner of the world.
What are some of the other issues raised by Hanukkah?
Oppression, identity, religious expression, miracle.
All very good answers. Throughout our history, we have survived against the darkest of forces in the world, forces that have in the past and continue to threaten our survival, our way.
The divine light that was created in the beginning, recognized by our patriarch Abraham and matriarch Sarah, perpetuated by the priests in Jerusalem's holy temple, preached about by the prophet Micah, reclaimed by the Maccabees, and nurtured in secret by crypto-Jews, and kept alive during the Holocaust, is now under threat in the land of Israel.
And as its military fights the darkness, Micah stands with all who look to strengthen the light. We lit one candle the first night, and the solitary light looked a little gloomy. Then on the second, there was a companion, and then another, and another.
Tonight, the darkness retreats as all the candles are ablaze and we watch with amazement, recognizing the story of Hanukkah as parable for the rekindling of a whole nation.
We at Micah are the inheritors of the divine light, seeking always to bring more order to the chaotic world in which we find ourselves as a people.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של חנוכה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. From left to right, tonight we light the Chanukah candles from left to right.